Welcome into another episode of the Movie Geek Podcast. I'm your host, George T. And this episode is basically just going to be a box office weekend report and what is to come this weekend at the box office. We got 3 big movies coming out, 2 that I will definitely be seeing, and then there is 1 documentary I will talk about just briefly. And then possibly next week I'll expand on it a little bit more. But so for the box office weekend from the past weekend, we all know Minecraft was number 1 at $163 million. So whereas reviews were terrible and just the trailer overall looked pretty bad, Minecraft people or just kids maybe with their families went to go see this movie. Good. I'm glad that people went out and got to see this movie. Got out in the theaters to see this movie. Let's backtrack on that one. I think now we're going to hopefully see an uptick with the movies in the theaters getting some traction. And again, there's some big blockbusters still to come, obviously, this year. And there's a lot of good movies coming out this year, the rest of the way. 2 this weekend that I know of, 1 next weekend, 2 the weekend, 1 the weekend after, which is my most anticipated one, Until Dawn. I'll continue to say it. However, just want to address one thing about the Minecraft movie. So, apparently there is a line in the movie that is going TikTok viral, and kids are destroying and vandalizing theaters. I don't get it. I don't get it. Are we just lacking fundamentals in how to behave? And please, I'm sick of the argument of the COVID years. Telling kids that they're, oh, well, they missed out on all their, activities and how to behave around each other. Well. There's no way kids have always done pranks and everything else, but destroying a movie theater just because of a TikTok thing, I thought TikTok was supposed to go away. I mean, but apparently not. And now viral videos are everywhere, and Minecraft, will be remembered more or less for how much it brings in and this TikTok craze. It is just pathetic. But anyway, number 1, 163 million. So number 2 was A Working Man. So it fell from number 1 to number 2, and it made 7.2 million. Pretty strong. Number 3, and again, don't even know these movies are coming out. They just seem to pop up in the theaters. But The Chosen, Last Supper Part 2 makes 6.9 million. It's the 3rd place. Part 1 was 3rd last weekend, and then just disappeared out of theaters apparently. So I don't know where these movies are being played. I haven't seen any listings for them or anything, so they're just kind of randomly popping in. Number 4, Snow White, 5.9. It fell all the way, down 3 spots. It was number 1 2 weekends ago, and And then finally, The Woman in the Yard, which was number 4 last weekend, fell to number 5, 4.5 million. Opening somewhat strong for a campy teen horror movie that was in limited release. I will say that. It was number 11's Hell of a Summer, 1.8. That was with the kid Finn Winford from Stranger Things. Black Bag continues to make some money, 13th at the box office. Only made 915,000, and it's literally on like 100 screens. So that's still pretty good. I still say it's the best spy movie I've seen in a while. And who knows, this weekend with the Amateur, I may think so. May think otherwise. Finally, number 15, in only 195 theaters, The Luckiest Man in America made $204,000. So I I really liked the documentary about it. I actually saw the episode live when I was 8 years old, and couldn't figure out obviously the controversy at the time because I was 8 or whatever. But as I've seen some of the documentaries, I think it's good. So if you get a chance to see the movie when it comes on streaming, definitely take a look. All right, so that being said, this weekend's box office is going to be pretty strong, but we have a few movies. So I'm going to do this in a little bit different order. The two ones that I will see, which are the big ones, will be last in this order. But the other big picture for this weekend will be a movie called Drop. Megan Fahey and Brendan Skylar. Megan plays Violet, and Brandon plays Henry. So I saw this trailer. It's pretty interesting. I will definitely see it either streaming or maybe even go to see it in the theaters. But basically, Violet is a widowed woman who goes on a date with this charming man named Henry. And they go to this upscale restaurant. And that's when everything kind of falls apart. The nightmare begins. She gets some random text messages from a mysterious figure threatening to kill her sister and her son if she does not kill Henry. Sounds very interesting. And again, the trailer looked pretty decent. Hopefully, the trailer doesn't give away a lot, but Drop is this weekend's third biggest movie release for the weekend. A movie that is coming out this weekend also is The Uninvited. It is a limited release film. Pedro Pascal plays Lucian. Walton Goggins, he's been everywhere this year. He plays Sonny. So this is, like I said, he was in Queen of the Ring. He was in like a show. Forgot what show he was on. He's kind of been in a lot of trailers. Like he's going to have a pretty decent year. Pedro Pascal, 2 weekends in a row with these movies like Freaky Tales last week and now The Uninvited. This also stars Eva de Domani and Elizabeth Raker, who plays Rose, and Lois Smith plays Helen. So this is a movie about an elderly lady, Helen, who winds up knocking on the door of Rose and Sonny and claims that it is her house. So Rose now has to figure out how to deal with her and this party that her husband's going to throw. And, there's, I guess, ex-lovers that are a part of this party. So she's got to deal with all of this with the old lady who pretty much has dementia and thinks that she lives in the house. So it looks very interesting, very heartwarming, and probably we'll get to see it when it gets to streaming. And again, it's going to be a very limited release, but that is called The Uninvited. Sacramento is another movie that is flying under the radar. So this movie stars Michael Agrard as Ricky, Kristen Stewart, Michael Ciara, who plays Glenn, and AJ Mendez, former wrestler who went under AJ Lee, is married to CM Punk. So this is one of these buddy stories where Ricky, a very high, energetic, free spirit with a Peter Pan complex, calls up his buddy Glenn, who has a very normal and you know full life, asks him to go on a tour of or a adventure around California. Seems pretty interesting as well. That is also going to be in very limited release, so there is those movies that will be out. Amazon Prime is dropping G20. Viola Davis stars in this film. She plays a war president. When terrorists try to take over the G20 summit, the president, played by Viola Davis, has to save herself, her family, and the world from the terrorists. The action looks really good, so definitely if you are a Prime subscriber, probably will be worth a look. I probably will look at it and probably review it when I get the chance. Okay, so 2 movies that are going to be the big ones for the weekend, and then I'm going to drop some news further. So we have The Amateur. Now, is it amateur or amateur? I hear it both ways. I like to say amateur. What do you think? Remy Malek plays Charles. We have Rachel Bronson plays Sarah. Lawrence Fishburne plays Henderson, and John Bronthal, who is Shane from Walking Dead. He's the Punisher. He's in a lot of stuff too. Right now, like I said, he's Punisher and Daredevil. He's coming out with The Accountant 2 next week. He's probably in some other movies as well. So a lot of actors playing a lot of roles. So this movie, another spy movie. Charlie is a brilliant CIA detective who is out for answers to who killed his wife, and obviously he's told not to pursue it because he's too close to the case, and of course he's going to use all of his expertise to find out who did it. Again, looks really good from the trailer. I dropped the trailer on the top 5 episode about a week ago, I think. I don't know. I've had so much stuff, if you remember correctly. So, but this does look really, really good, and can't wait to see this movie. And then finally for the big weekend. So, Amateur was number 3, I think, on my list of top 5. And then this film was number 2, obviously, right behind Until Dawn. But it's Warfare. All right. It is a very good cast. We've got Kit Connor. We have Will Pelletier, Cosmo Travis. We have Joseph Quinn. And Michael Gandolfini. Yes, he is the son of James. And there's a list of others in this film. So this is from Alex Garland, who did Civil War, which I still think is 2024's best picture. But I digress. And he is joined by Ray Mendoza. This is a story told by Ray, who is an actual retired Navy SEAL. So this deals with an excursion in 2006 where they were behind enemy lines. And so it is from their perspective of how they went down, how it survived. I think this film is going to do great. Problem is there's too many movies out there, so I can't really predict a winner for the box office for the weekend. But I think Alex Garland right now has been making some really good films, and I really think he should be getting some looks, at best directors or writers. His other works, he obviously is directing Warfare. He directed Civil War last year. Annihilation, he directed, and Ex Machina. Ex Machina was really good. Annihilation, though, as much as I'm an Natalie Portman fan, I just didn't like the film. I didn't like it. It didn't work for me. He also directed Men, but he also wrote Sunshine. If you remember, this was a movie about getting close to the sun to generate or to, I forgot what it is. Don't worry about it. Dread, the reboot of Dread, which Carl Urban starred in, not very good. And then 28 Days Later, he wrote. He is also back to write 28 years later. So I think Alex has been kind of overlooked. And again, Civil War was really good, and I think Warfare is going to be very good. So if I had my say as to who will probably win the weekend, it'd probably still be Minecraft, because I think with all the controversy and all the kids, wanting to go see the film, if parents aren't smart enough, maybe to scale it back, it's going to continue to happen. So I think it will continue to make money. Where the rest of it comes from, I don't know. Because again, you have Drop, you have Amateur, and you have Warfare. So, and then, after that, it starts steamrolling after that. You've got Sinners, you've got Until Dawn, you've got Thunderbolts. So, Minecraft better get its movie bucks in, and we'll see how it goes. And we'll hope that the Amateur and Warfare are halfway decent films, because I think they have the potential to be really great films and in my top 10. Because right now I have Black Bag and Queen of the Ring. So I think those two movies definitely deserve a top 10 spot. And again, there's plenty of room and wiggle room to come. Obviously, really hoping that Until Dawn does make it as good as it looks. All right, so I'm hoping to drop a few trailers today. One is the movie that Charles and Jennifer talked about, Transmission. I was able to find a trailer for that, so I will play it so that you could see that.
If thine eye offends thee, then pluck it out!
People think of great horror film directors. Very few people would mention the name Franklin Tadros Roth.
I don't want my films to be safe.
Are you sure all these pieces are gonna fit together?
We don't know what the symbol means.
For his final film, Transmission, he tried something different, something more ambitious. Perhaps that's why everything went so wrong.
was like the transmission had infected them, driven them mad.
Play the transmission!
Did his obsession really lead to the murder of an actress? And what caused the fire that raged the night he disappeared? My grandfather spent years collecting these.
Real horror. Rumors persisted that Ornella Guti was killed and that the ritual had been filmed.
We are ready to receive your transmission.
I suspect that whatever was on that damn tape, he put it at the end of his film. We wanted to show the world.
Tell them to kill him now! Turn your TV off!
Evil always finds a way.
Another one will be for Predator, Killer of Killers. This is the animated Predator prequel.
You are old enough now. It's time I tell you about the monster. We must kill it, or it will kill us all.
Movie. It looks really good. It jumps timelines, so it gives a little bit more freedom for the Predator franchise. Mike Flanagan, who has done some amazing work. You know, I know that he's got a lot of stuff coming out. You know, and a lot of it has to do with Stephen King stuff. I mentioned this in a bunch of different episodes. But it looks like they have picked a female lead for Carrie, the Carrie TV show. And it is Summer Howell is the lead actress for Mike Flanagan's Carrie series. So that looks like I think anything that Mike Flanagan does right now has been amazing. So I think this Carrie adaptation TV show should be pretty good. M. Night Shyamalan. This just dropped in on my news feed from the local paper. M. Night Shyamalan will be in Rhode Island, and he's got a movie called Remain, and it will star Jake Gyllenhaal. So he is shooting this film in the summer. So I don't know. Maybe I will see if they need extras. I missed out on last year's auditions for Walking Dead, so if they just happen to need extras for this film, because it is going to be completely shot in Rhode Island. It is a supernatural romance thriller, or romantic with a sci-fi, with a supernatural horror theme. So this looks pretty interesting. Death Stranding is going to be moving forward. This is another video game that is going to be thrown on the big screen. This was a very weird game. Norman Reedus starred in it. It was quite monotonous with things, so I don't know if this is going to work. I don't think. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's just the beginning, so we don't really know what is going on with it, but but it is going to start in pre-production. So yeah, I don't know. Again, it's so repetitious, and after a while it just got too much for me. I mean, it started out great, but I don't know, it just didn't work. But who knows? It may work out. Scream 7 seems to be quite a disaster at the moment. We have the director and one of the writers quit over death threats. Okay, so the reason why is because the main star was fired from it, and then Jenna Ortega walked off. So Melissa had gotten fired. So the director and one of the writers was getting death threats, thinking that it was, racism. I don't know. I don't even know why we're doing Scream 7 to begin with. Scream 6 was fine. Did it really need to be? And again, with all of past killers, dead people, you got Matthew Lillard coming back, David Arquette's coming back. I mean, just the multitude of, people who have died from the Scream franchise in one film. I don't know. Like, it just seems to be a disaster. Unless, but even then, my theory would be some kind of weird dream. But how? Just use clips of them from the past. Like, I don't know. It does not make a lot of sense to me. But, well, there you have it. Again, I don't have anything to review. Pretty much reviewed everything. Go back and watch my review on Paradise. Go back and watch my 2 parts of the history of video games that have been turned to movies. Also, if you haven't seen, go see my special guests, Jennifer Nagel and Charles Chatabola. That was a lot of fun. I can't wait to maybe have them back on the show, or maybe join their show. But we had such a great time, and I've been showing some reels and shorts and about it, and I'm hoping that you guys have liked the content. I know shorts have been blowing up. I thank you all. Share, like, comment. I love feedback. So if you've got comments, questions, a recommendation for for shows to watch or movies to watch, or you want me to review them. I can go back and watch movie reviews, or if it's a movie I've already seen, I don't have to go back and see it. Don't ask me to review The Village, okay? Just don't. As much as I love Bryce Dallas Howard, which I will mention does have a Disney special on Disney Plus called Pets this weekend. I would love to have Bryce on the show, and I will deal with that at another time, because I would really like to have her on. Okay, that being said, thanks for watching this episode, and again, go back and watch some of the other ones. Comment, share it with your friends. But thank you guys for listening, watching, and I will see you all at the movies.
You like that, baby? Let him know where I came from, yeah!
See you next time. Bye.
Waiting for you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Hasta la vista, baby.
That's all, folks.